We are live.
Want me to put this on the stand?
Yeah. Today's shir is being sponsored by our friend Fischl Gross, Lili Nishmas' father Chaim Shmuel ben Yitzchok Mordechai, Sidney Gross of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Here, you can put that on. The neshama should have an aliyah. It's also Tu B'Shvat. We have special fruits. We're discussing all the Brochas. Beautiful. It's always great to have feedback from the Chaver that are watching. This one comes from Mordechai Ness. Hello, I'm very much enjoying the friendly, warm nature of your shir. The visuals really make it next level. I wanted to point out one thought I had regarding the caper tree. After a drop of analysis online, it sees that there are two main edibles on the tree. One is the caper, which you showed in the jar. The other is called caper berry, which is longer and has a stem. They both come from the bud, but the caper is the bud removed prior to opening into a flower, and the caper berry comes from the open flower. I'll show you a picture of what he means. Therefore, it seems to me that the pircha perach of the Gemara refers to actually the caper berry. Avion is not the caper. The caper is the tamaros, because I didn't know what the tamara was, and he thinks he does. So I'm going to show you what he has. If you look at some of the pictures, they do look like dates, like tamaros, and they're sometimes close to the leaf. Those are adama because not ripe, they taste bitter and need salting to be edible. So what I'm saying is that capers are probably adama and not dates, unless you say that now it's different because we're planting it for the caper, although technically it's not the fruit, it should be adama, all the best, Mordechai Ness. Now, what's very interesting, I found, this is the picture that I kind of put together, and I even put a little jar here, and I pointed to the aviyonos and kafrisen. This comes from the website, some tree website, trees in the Talmud or something, and look at his thing. It has a similar flower, it has the jar in the corner, and it says kafrisen, but anyways, he's pointing to different things. What I pointed to aviyonos, he's pointing to tamaros, beginning of growth of aviyono, and this is a kafrisen. Bekitzer, ayin sham, feedback. That's this, put that over here. Here's a guy on a treadmill, Moshe Salomon on a treadmill, or this should be whatever it is, some sort of device. David Dimbert is coming to visit us, maybe even tomorrow. It says, I'm fortunate to be visiting from the U.S. and hope to be able to attend the shir one day this week. I recall Rebelli mentioning that parking is an issue. I don't want to be late or make trouble with the neighbors. Can you offer advice about where to park? The truth is, everybody needs a little advice. I'm going to mention again, they don't allow, it's private parking next door in the building. One of the ideas that we were throwing out there is that we'll buy a gate for that parking lot, and we're looking for people to be mishtatev. I asked 3 people that have cars, and 3 people so far said yes, they'll be mishtatev. It's about 1,000 shekel a year to have parking whenever you want. You get a remote control and come in. So if anybody is interested in being mishtatev, that's one thing. And as a guest, what we should do probably is have a remote control. Whoever's in charge here will open up for guests, because guests are chashuv, and they'll have also free parking. Otherwise, as you're coming up Nachal Noam, just park whenever you can, grab a spot, and you walk about 100, 200 feet, and you'll get there. Bam. Visitors parking, exactly. One more, because it's hopefully it's a shorter daf today. Dear Rabbi Stefansky, this is the first time that I've learned Daf Yomi. I always wanted to learn more, but it always appeared to be too intimidating. Thank you for making the shir friendly and fun. I also greatly appreciate the 8-minute review, as there are days where I don't understand as much of the daf as on other days. Making time to teach the daf and the 8-minute review every day must not always be easy for you, so I'd like to thank you very much. It's always not easy, not on some days. I really appreciate it and wish you and those who help you. He realizes that there are those who help. There are many that help. Yishkoyach for everybody. Atzlacha, good health, and all good things. Simcha, frid. And let's do today's daf. We are holding on today's daf. We're supposed to be holding daf Lamed Ches Amud Aleph on top. Top line. Omer le Abaya, Rav Yosef. Hai kuba da'aro. We discussed this yesterday, the kuba da'aro. It's a soft dough, a liquidy dough, maybe like a pancake batter. It's made out of flour and water, and you put it in the ground, or in the Gemara's case, you put it in the oven, The oven heats it up and creates some sort of bread kind of thing. You think it's bread? It remains dough that has a little bit of a crust to it. You're eating dough. And what bracha do you make on dough? You make a mezainos on dough. This is getting out of hand. My piece is lost again. I had it a minute ago, I thought. Where is it? No. Okay, give me that. Give me that. That's what is it going to be magnetized to? As soon as shear's over, I find it. Okay. It is there? Oh, under the chair. Excuse me. Okay. Sorry. Zog the Gemara Marzutra, Kovasu Dosei Ilovei. Ubarch Ilovei. I believe this is one of the makaras that we always know. Kivei Suda, if you eat pizza, you kivei Suda. If you eat, there's a lot of things that if you're kivei Suda, you decide this is my meal. Let's say you eat a ton of chocolate cake or Yerushalmi kugel, whatever it is, maybe you're kivei Suda. And those are where the shailas la'alacha pop in. How much pizza do you eat to be kivei Suda, etc. Huh? An airline meal. Is there such a concept of a mezainos roll, etc., etc. You say there is no such thing, right? And that's why there are a lot of people, because if you kivei Suda, so if you kivei on this liquidy, Rabbi say, if you kivei on this liquidy, a suuda, this kuba da'ara, marzutru meika hamoitzi, and a birkis hamazon. Amar marbar Ravashi v'adam yoytze bem yedei chavas v'pesach. In fact, you could be yoytze matzah. Not only could you be yoytze, my taima lechem moine karina bay. It's a really silly looking kind of bread. It looks like a poor man's bread, and therefore you're yoytze matzah. V'amar marbar Ravashi. And now we're going into the sugya of juices. What bracha do you make on fruit juice? This is a tremendous chiddush, because in the Torah, when we're talking about dates and you have them on the table, Tu Shvat, the Torah calls a date dvash. That's how the Torah calls it. And now he's asking, what bracha do you make on the dvash of the tamarim? And nevertheless, we'll see that the actual date is called dvash, but the dvash of the tamara is different. It's the honey that comes out of the date. It's considered just moisture that comes out of the date. Kiman, kaitano, that's not dvash tamarim. So now we're going to go through different juices. Dvash tamarim, v'yain tapuchim, apple cider. V'choimetz sivoniyos. Sivoniyos are the late blooming grapes. They can never become, you can't make regular wine out of them. They're always going to be vinegar. Ushar me perishal truma. And all juices, orange juice, apple juice, all juices. What's the halacha? Rebbe Lezer mechayev keren v'choimish. So it goes like this. Truma, if you eat truma, you take an apple, you take out a bite out of an apple that's truma, you have to pay back the Beis Hamikdash, you pay back to Kohanim an apple plus a fifth. That's if it's an apple. What if it's apple juice? So from the fact that he tells you, Rabbi Lezer holds that if you drink apple juice of Truma, you have to pay back a bottle of apple juice plus a fifth. That means he holds that the apple juice is an apple. And Memel, if it's an apple, what bracha do you make on an apple? You make eitz. So Rabbi Lezer mechayev keren v'choimish. Rabbi Yeshua poiter. Rabbi Yeshua holds that you potter, you don't have to pay truma back a keren v'choimish because it's not a fruit. And if it's not a fruit, you don't make ha'etz. What bracha do you make on it? A shahakol.
Why can't both things be true at the same time? That it's shahakol, but you have to pay keren v'choimish.
It changed.
No, because it's no longer truma. It's not what truma was. Once it changed, we'll see in a second. Here, it says like this. Do we miss something? No. Okay. Trima mahu. Says Rashi, you mash something, semi-mashed. Rava didn't understand what he was talking about. He simply didn't remember the word trima. It's an Aramaic word. He didn't know what he was referring to. Yosef Ravina Kamei the Rava, and Ravina was sitting there. Are you talking about crushed sesames? You take sesame, crush it, you make some tchina out of it, you make oil, whatever you make out of it. The kurta make amris. Are you talking about saffron? Also you crush it. Or the purtzin of amris, you crush the grape pits, you make something called temet out of it. Since he's asking all these questions, ask Rava L'daite. Rava all of a sudden remembered. Omar lei, chashil tovadi kamers. You for sure. I chap. From all these questions, he chapped that we're talking about something crushed. Exactly what's crushed, he's not sure. But the karta milson, now you reminded me. Hodo Omar Avasi hai tamishal truma. These dates of truma mutar lasis mem trima. This is isser to destroy truma. You're allowed to make trima. You're allowed to crush a date. Why? Because it still remains a date. It still has the tzur of a date. It has its original fruit, whatever it is. V'asr lasis mem sheichar. You're not allowed to make beer out of it. By reducing it so much that it turns into a liquid and you're making it beer, that's considered destroying the truma. And memela, you're not allowed to do it out of truma.
Who's not allowed to destroy it? A Kohen or anyone?
Anyone.
So when we had that mission before,
The what?
the submission of Vashtamamian book and comments, Stavnanias, who changed the form of it? It's called Truma.
This?
We just learned it.
No. That's when it was a regular fruit. You made it a liquid, and then you made truma.
Yeah. Different ways.
Your mafresh Truma afterwards.
It doesn't really bother us that much. A guy was over on it. If somebody did an isser, you have that. Now what do you do? Once it's changed. So if you have dates and you crushed it a little bit, you mashed it a little bit, you make ha'etz. My taima b'milsayu kaima is still in the original form k'demikara. Okay. Now this Gemara is the source for a lot of different questions. What about mashed potatoes? What about avocado salad? You take something and you mash it, or applesauce. Applesauce is a big one. Applesauce, you don't. It doesn't have the form. You put it in a blender. It doesn't look like anything. Right. So the cooking is this. We said is not such a problem. Maybe cooked. We're going to see in a second. What? So Reb Shlomo Zalman Auerbach and the Achronim, they say that if it has like pieces in it, pieces of fruit remain in it, then it's still okay. Orange juice, I was myself misubik because I'm sure everybody discusses. Just today, as I'm learning, I didn't really see. But if you plant something for juice, that's different. If you plant, so oranges, I think they plant it for the juice, especially in Florida, whatever. Maybe it's planted for both. But if it's planted specifically for juice, then it has halacha like a fruit. And so eight, because that's what they planted it for. What about popcorn? Popcorn is, why do you make adom on popcorn? I think they say because that's the derech. It was made for that. What? No, you don't. I don't know why. But that's what it should be. It should be. What? And does it look like corn to you? If you show Avram Avinu a popcorn, you think he's going to know what it is? No, he wouldn't know. Oh, that's what they say. They say about popcorn because that's the derech. The derech to do it is like that. It's mamish moirdik, mamish like the Israeli shir. Anyways, the Mishnah Berurah just says, as a side note, I don't know if it's so practical, but the Mishnah Berurah says anytime you come across, let's say applesauce or something like that, you should eat two things before it. You should eat something that has a chiyuv of alo eitz, and boyer nefashis, and like that, yoitz everything.
I'll tell it to my wife.
Yeah. Fine. What about this? I have a product you guys here in America not so not so familiar. What bracha do you make on this? Everybody knows the Brocha, right? What's the Brocha? Everybody says shahakol. What Brocha could this be? Not only in shahakol. Why?
It's made out of flour, wheat.
This is chameshis aminim. It has chameshis aminim in it. Kol sheyesh bo chameshis aminim has to be mizaynas. Why is this not mizaynas, Rabbi Yisai?
Because they made it. That's why they planted to make the.
By the way, if you want to see what Budweiser looks in Israel here, has a little stickle Budweiser sticker. Bira Budweiser.
They made it like you said.
A, B, and V, Leuven, Belgium. Yeah, what?
If they planted it, the whole thing they planted is ordered
No,
to
no,
make
no.
beer, right?
In Chamesh Aminim, you don't have to plant for anything. If it's in the product, it's a mezainis automatically, unless it's a binder. Yes.
For
What? You could have it here. Why don't you? This bud's for you.
wheat, but in order to turn it into beer,
Zok the Gemara.
doesn't matter.
So Taisus has a bunch of tirusim. This is very interesting. Taisus starts off the first Taisvus. Hi dufsha the tamrim mevarchim elavei. Whoa, you got to be careful with the camera. If you look at Hi dufsha the tamrim mevarchim elavei shahakol, smack in the middle. Taisus says b'shecher didan, our beer. I've got the shema yishbim kizayis b'chdei achilas pras. Let's say it has a kizayis. Lemevarchin and all boyer minim zoynis el shahakol. And he says like this. Ve'ein sheichor elatama ba'alma. The beer is only a flavor that comes out. V'oid, he gives another reason. Mishum sheyesh boi iluya achrina bepas. At the end of the day, the final stage is bread. So you're in the middle stage. Middle stage, we said, you don't do a mezainas. V'oid b'shtiya oimer shahakol. He says, at the end of the day, you're drinking it, should be shahakol. And then if you go to Taisvus, you skip 2 Taisvusim. V'hodet nan kol ha'arichlim. Look at like 5 lines from the bottom of the page. It says, "Umikol malkaim, lo yivarach el shahakol kivin sheinu asui lisoid kim lishtois." Nobody fills himself with beer. You drink it because you want to drink it, but not to fill yourself. Imkein kol davar sheyesh bo mechameshes aminim ve'einu asu lisoid comes out, says Taisus, any product that has the 5 minim, but it's not made to satiate yourself. Ki im lishtois ki goin sheicher ukoyotze boy mevarach shahakol. So he gives a bunch of reasons why it's shahakol. Zog the Gemara, Shatiso. Shatiso, what's Shatiso? You take grain and what am I right here? I don't know. Whatever. Okay, no, I'm looking about something else, what we said before. Zra'im. Okay. I should write more clearly next time. Shatiso, you take kernels and you toast them. You dry them out. You toast them up. They become nice and sweet. You add a little oil and salt. It's a nice product called shatisa. Rav Omar shahakol niye b'dvaroi, u'Shmuel Omar boirei minei mizaynos. No. Dried kernels. Crunch. Wheat. Omar Rav Chizda v'loi pligi haba'ava habaraka. Depends. If it's really thick, it's made for food, for eating. Ememela, you make a boirei minei mizaynos. Rakal or fuka avdila. So says Rav Chizda v'loi pligi. Rav Chizda comes along and he says there's no machlekes here. They're talking about 2 different things, 2 different items. If it's a thick shatisa, it's made for food. A thin shatisa is made for medicine purposes, and memela is shahakol, medicinal purposes. Mosav Rav Yosef, if you tell me it's medicine, we have a problem. You're allowed to mix it up. Now we know you're not allowed to mix up medicine on Shabbos. V'shoisim zeisum ha-mitzri. Oh, zeisum ha-mitzri is an Egyptian laxative that's made out of barley, saffron, salt. I looked it up. This guy's mamish a genius in marketing. This is a very, very comforting name. I would buy this anytime if I had a laxative problem. Check this out. ISIS. So it's like puts a bomb in your stomach or something. Anyway, that's Zeisum HaMitzri. They still sell today. It says Egyptian laxatives.
They named ISIS after
It's like dynamite. Maybe ISIS named it after this. It's like, what's the best thing that ever... Yeah, ISIS. Shite. You have to... Exactly. That's How are you allowed to mix this stuff up on Shabbos? And this is very important. These are like big halachas here. You also hold you're allowed to mix it up on Shabbos. Why? It's a Mishnah. If you're eating food and it gives you, what are you shaking your head still? Was that? Okay, if we get emails from people, then okay, you're onto something. At the end of the day, you're allowed to eat food if it heals you. Yeah, like some people say, Coca-Cola soothes your stomach. It's a drink. At the end of the day, it's a drink. So it has a side effect that it heals you. No, the Mishnah says it's okay. So there also, what? Coca-Cola. Maybe it's Bavmeises, but when I was a kid, people used to tell me, just drink Coke, you'll be fine. When it comes to refuah and Shabbos, it's very important to know that it's what other people think of you. It's how people view it. And if people see that you're eating, they don't see that you attend for refuah, then it's fine. Different lashon. It's actually, we got to move on. There's another lashon that says basically the same thing. He's eating it because he's hungry, and as a side benefit, he gets the medicinal values of it. Take out the Shmuel, because Rav is the one that says that Shasisa is Shahakal. Why does he have to tell me what the Brocha is? If the Mishnah tells me I'm allowed to eat it, I eat it. The Mahaya Amino Lachilukum Chavin Rufum Melkavio. What if the person intended as a medicine? Maybe you shouldn't make any bracha at all. And that we had before, remember, with the olive oil, the nigron, whatever it was. Anytime you eat food and it gives you some sort of calories, some sort of benefit for the body, even though it's medicine, you have to make a shahakal. You don't make a bracha on medicine when it's nothing, it's just cough drops or whatever. But if it's food, then you have to make a bracha. Huh? On the flavor part, without satiating, without this, I don't know about that. Oh, you mean it's like candy? Yeah. Okay. Saying if cough drops have a flavor, then it's like candy. You have to make a bracha. We know, we take it for granted. We say hamoitzi lechem in aretz, but why? Ma'oimer hamoitzi lechem in aretz with a hey before the moitzi. Hamoitzi but it means, we think it means he takes us out. He took it out of the ground. No, he took it out. It's talking about the past. Because we're talking about bread, it has to be that we're referring about the past. That Akash Baruch Hu out of the ground. So we're not talking about the future, that he's going to take it out. This bread, where did it come from? He took it out. So it doesn't really fit into Hebrew so well, the way we understand it, ha-moitzi, but that's how the Gemara understands it. Also, it could mean that the Gemara means to say that he continuously takes out. It's ha-moitzi, he continuously takes out in the past, in the present, etc. Okay, but it's not shahoitzi. It's not a one-time deal. He continues to do it right now as we speak. Reb Nechemia Oimer moitzi lechem in aretz. Moitzi is better because moitzi means that he took out in the past. Omarova bim moitzi kulei amaloi pligi da'apik mashma. If you would say moitzi, everybody would say you're doing fine. That means he already did it. The chsiv, it says by Bilam eil moitziom mitzrayim. 40 years later, he says he's taking them out of Mitzrayim. Obviously, he's not saying he's taking them out. He took them out 40 years ago. The hey also means in the past. As they're going to Eretz Yisrael, he's talking about hamoitzi mayim. It was all through the midbar. Hakadosh Baruch Hu gave them water, so it's in the past. So still, you see this concept. I think that would be the pshat. So if moitzi is good, so let's just say moitzi. Why is everybody saying hamoitzi? Because ha-moitzi means he's continuing to do it. Moitzi means he did it in the past one time, finished. It's better for us to know that he did in the past, plus he's going to do in the future, means in the past. If it doesn't mean in the past, then moitzi without a hey is better. We want to get to ha-moitzi where it means everything. Oh, right. That's the end of the Gemara. That place is going to talk about that. Reb Nechemia Sovar ha-moitzi the mapik mashma. So Reb Nechemia holds that hamoitzi means in the future. Shenemar hamoitzi eschem mitacha sivlitz mitzrayim. In the future, HaKadosh Baruch Hu is going to take you out of Mitzrayim. So Hamoitzi means in the future, says Rabbi Chaim, that's why I cannot use the word Hamoitzi with the Hey. Rabbanan Ahu Hachi Kamar Lahu Kutchabrichu Yisrael. How do I fit in the past into a future thing that's going to happen? Says the Gemara, when I'm going to take you out in the future, I'm going to do something that's going to be obvious, it's going to be Bereish Gali, everybody's going to know. So then, if we move forward to the future, then it's going to be Hamoitzi, I took you out in the past, that everybody knew I took you out. So Hamoitzi does mean in the past. When? In the future, you're going to look back to the past. Then you're going to know that it's going to be very obvious. Says the Gemara, a story. They said to Reb Zera, there's a great person, his name is Bar Rav Zvid, the brother, Achud, Reb Shimon Bar Rav Zvid. He's a great man, and he knows all brachas. It's always the same ending in Shas, every single time. You say somebody's great, I need to test him, and then they test him, and he messes up. Sometimes he's even greater.
Don't speak good about people.
Yeah, exactly. It's you got him into trouble by being Shabbat. Zim l'chada.
Stories when they find that he knows everything, they just didn't put it in.
No, they do have stories like that. They're even greater than. You're only saying the messed up ones, the guy that he proved himself wrong. Fine. No, a story that we can learn something, a tachlis from it. Zim l'chada ikli l'gabei. One day he so happened, unfortunately, to pass by Mar Zutra's place or Reb Zera's place. Apikule rifta, so they give him the test. They give him a piece of bread. Pasach v'Omar moitzi without the hay. Omar. So Reb Zera says, "So shoymer l'adam gadol poof. Who baki Brochas Shem Yirachim bishleimim Omar hamoitzi." If he would have said it with the hay, Ashmin time of Ashmin d'ilchas Rabbanan. Now I can understand pshat in the pasuk of hamoitzi eschem. Does hamoitzi mean in the past? Could we say that it means in the future we look back to the past? He's going to explain pshat in the pasuk. He took the easy way out. He took moitzi. No, how much time do I have? 15? It's more than enough. We could do 2 daf today. Today we're going to do a little bit of Lamites also. Ashmin on time of Ashmin Rabbanon. And I'll tell you that Hamoitzi means in the past, and that's how we say it. And why would he take the easy way out? He's not a gadol. A true posek says it the way it is. He paskins on the spot. It's like the Gemara v'Iu the Ovad. And why did the what's his name? Rav Marbar. Whoa. Bar Rav Zvid. Why did he say it like that? Why did he take these? He didn't want to involve himself in machlokes. No big surprise. This is what we say today. The kaimelon, kirabonon, the amri, the apik mashma. Because hamoitzi means in the past. Now we have to see Taisus. Taisus is like this. Vilchasa. Hamoitzi. Why don't we just say moitzi? So look over here for a second. If we said moitzi right after the word ha'olam, the mems are touching each other, and it sounds like the guy in Manchester said I shouldn't say melech ha'olam. I was hoping that he finally, but it didn't work out. So I still don't have pshat in Manchester. Taisus asks, but the other problem we didn't resolve. Lechem min ha'aretz is 2 mems together as well. That we didn't resolve. You could stop, but people don't stop. People move. They barely want to say the bracha. Yeah. Oh. Min nami eruv. Shani asim the kroksiv. It is a pasuk. Matzmiach chotzel behemo ve'esav la'avodas ha'adam lo'hitzi lechem min ha'aretz. This is from a pasuk, so we're quoting a pasuk, and therefore we cannot chop it up. And it is what it is. There's 2 mems together. But we should be makbid lechem min ha'aretz. We should make a little bit of a period, not too much, a little bit. And here Taisus says a very interesting thing. You grab the bread like this when you say the bracha. Neged eser tevois should be mikros. Have you ever seen? I think Sfardim are makbid on it. Maybe we should what? Like this. Okay, anyway. Fine. Zog the Gemara. Vala Yerokas Oimer. Katani Yeroko is dumi the pas. Vegetables are like bread. Ma pas shinishtana yadeur. You have to, in order to make bread, you have to put it into the fire, into the oven. Af Yeroko is nami. Or even vegetables that are cooked, their bracha remains the same. So the Gemara explains, you see from here that cooked vegetables, you make adama. Darsh Rav Chizda Mishum Rabbeinu Manu Rav. Who's Rabbeinu? Rav. Most of the time we say Rabbeinu is Rav, although even on today's daf we'll see a little different soon. Shlokos mevarchem aleim boirei pri adama. So we have a big machlokes here. What bracha do you make on cooked vegetables? Cooked vegetables, cooked fruit. So Rav says you make boirei pri adama. V'Rav Seinu Ayordim Eretz Yisrael umanu ula mishmei Rabbi Yochanan. Rabbi Yochanan was in Eretz Yisrael. Ula brought halach Rabbi. Omar shlokos mevarchem aleim shakol niyem b'dvar. We're going to see soon that's not so posh. That's what Rabbi Yochanan said. Ula says that that's what he said. Shakol. Vani oimer kol shetchilasi boirei pri adama. Very interesting. There are vegetables that start out hadama, and there are vegetables that start out shahakol. What's the pshat? If it starts out shahakol and shlako, and then you cooked it and it became better, then you make boirei pri adama. Explains the Gemara. Now, Taisus points out there are vegetables that start out good. Before you cook them, you could eat a carrot as is, and you could eat a carrot after you cook it. There's no difference. So obviously in both cases, you're going to make a hadama. We're discussing things that change when you cook, either for the better or for the worse. If you cook it, boirei pri hadama. What's a great example? Bichrava, cabbage. You can't eat cabbage when it's raw. Usilka, beets. You're going to eat a beet raw. Doesn't taste like anything.
Potatoes you can't eat.
Potato. They didn't have potatoes in those days. They just discovered them, no?
What are you talking
Yeah.
They just discovered them. They didn't have it in time of Taisus.
They were found in the States?
I don't mean 6 years ago. I mean like
400 years ago.
Even less. In Russia, whatever. Fine. Basilka, vikara, pumpkin. You can't eat pumpkin raw. So memela what? If you eat pumpkin, beet, and cabbage as is, what bracha do you make? Crazy chiddush, shahakol.
It's not edible.
Rabbi, if you just came for this, it's kedai. It's one of these things, you'll get everybody.
Not in today's cabbage.
Not today's cabbage, okay. But non-edible cabbage, anything, you decide what it is. A potato, fine, potato. What bracha do you make if you take a bite out of a potato? Shahakol. I took a bite out of, worst mistake I've ever made in my life. I was walking by an olive tree, and I ate an olive off a tree. It is the absolute worst tasting thing I've ever tasted. It stayed in my mouth for hours. I couldn't get it out. It like sticks to the side. You're supposed to make, I don't know, like Baruch Dayanemis on that. It's like not even shahakol. It's the word. Don't ever try it. Trust me. Don't say, oh, he tried it. It's not kedai.
Should give the 8-minute chair.
It's like the time my son told me that he got stung by a jellyfish in Florida. So I looked at it. I said, "You crazy? Big deal." So I put my foot on it. Don't ever try it. Not kedai. It looks nice and blue and cuddly. Not kedai. What?
If they do it, they should email it.
Yeah. While you're crying in pain, you're watching the 8-minute daf. That would be a beautiful picture. Boirei pri adama. But what if it starts out as a regular vegetable, shlakoi, and then you cook it? It's shahakol. Heichi mishkachas la. Wow. If you take garlic and you eat it as is, it's a hadama. If you cook garlic, you ruin it, it becomes a shahakol. So you're looking at me. People are making these funny faces. Oh, why does it get ruined? Says Taisvis, you have to see Taisvis. Taisvis do asking mishkachas la betume v'karti. V'im toimar v'harei nira leinayim. We see with our own eyes that bishul mashbichan. What are you talking about? Everybody knows that if you cook garlic, it makes your food better, even in Taisvis' time. You didn't understand pshat, says Taisvis. Garlic makes your food great when you put it in a soup, and the salt from the soup goes into the garlic, and the chicken of the soup goes into your garlic. But if you take a piece of garlic and put it into regular water and cook it up, you destroy the garlic. It does nothing that you can't eat it anymore. That's what he says. Try it out. This you could try. So you'd make a shahakol on garlic that was cooked. Now listen, if you like it like that and it's great for you, then not. But the Gemara tells us that garlic works well raw. The garlic that we're familiar with is always garlic that comes with other vegetables and other stuff, and it absorbs the flavor from that's what Tosfos says. I don't know. We have to try it out. Somebody should try it out and let us know. Zog the Gemara. We have 6 minutes. Yeah, it takes it out, but I don't think that's what he means. We're talking about Dosh Rav Nachman Shum Rabbeinu. Listen to this. Rav Nachman said, in the name of Rabbeinu. Who's Rabbeinu? Umanu Shmuel. Over here, all of a sudden, Rabbeinu Shmuel. Shlokis mevachim aleim bari pri adama. So similar that we had before. Shmuel holds that cooked vegetables like bari pri adam. V'chavereinu ayod eretz Yisrael umanu ula mishmei the Rabbi Yochanan amar shlokis mevachim aleim shakal ni b'dvarei. V'ani oimer b'machloikis shnuya. And I say it's actually machlokis. Why? The stanya yoitzim b'rokik harashori b'mvushel shleni mayach. On Pesach, you take a matzah and you soak it in water. Remember yesterday we had if you soak bread in water, and it says over there if it's over the whole night, it soaks for a whole night, and the water turns white, then it takes away. You make a shackle on that bread. But over here we're talking about less than the whole night, whatever it is. You soaked it in water. You're yaitz according to everybody in such a matzah. Ubemevushal shleni moyach. Now when it comes to cooked matzah, that's a machlokes like matzah brai, whatever. It's machlokes. Divrei Meir, you yaitz according to Meir, because it didn't become disintegrated. Leini mayach. He agrees, like we said, everybody agrees that if it's sharoi, it's soaked, it's okay. But not cooked. So l'chayra, this is the same machlokes as vegetables. The mandama that says that you make a boyer pri adama on vegetables that are cooked, we'll say that you yaitz on matzah that's cooked. And the mandama that says that you say shakal on vegetables that are cooked, we'll say you're not yaitz on matzah. Cooking destroys its properties, it's no longer the original. Veloy, he says the Gemara, no comparison. It's very possible that cooked does not destroy anything. So what's matzah? It ruins the flavor of matzah, and as we're going to see, the matzah and maror need a certain flavor, and you cannot remove that flavor. That vegetables would be a hadama. Now here in the name of Rabbi Yochanan, different like we said before, that Rabbi Yochanan says shakal. Over here all of a sudden Rabbi Yochanan says, they're saying in his name, he said hadama. Who says it? Rabbi bar Abba. And we're going to see who Rabbi bar Abba is compared to Rabbi Yomi bar Yefes Omar Rabbi Yochanan, the name of Rabbi Yochanan, shlokis mevachim aleim shakal niyeh b'dvar. So we have two Talmidim. Rabbi Yomi bar Yefes says, he said shakal. Rabbi bar Abba says hadama. Which one is it? His mistake, Ula's mistake, that Rabbi Yochanan said XYZ was based on the testimony of Rabbi Yomi bar Yefes that he said he heard from Rabbi Yochanan that it's a shackle. It's a mistake. How can you compare the two Talmidim? Why? Rabbi bar Abba, Doyik v'Gomar, he's known to be very, very medayik, and he repeated word for word. He knew exactly what his Rebbe said. V'Gomar shmaitzim Rabbi Yochanan Rabbi, and he learned everything from him. Rabbi Yomi bar Yefes loy doyik. He wasn't such a medayik. Every 30 days he repeated his learning. Now what does it mean? All Talmud, Bavli, Yerushalmi, the Tosefta, Agoda, everything? Says Tosfos, no. Only the past 30 days he would repeat in one shot to Rabbi Yochanan. In other words, Rabbi Yochanan reviewed with him, so everything he said had a faher from Rabbi Yochanan. V'oid, third reason why you can't compare the two. What? Rabbi Yomi bar Yefes loy mahader. He didn't repeat his learning to Rabbi Yochanan. V'oid. Bar midain and bar midain. Without these two good reasons, Daud Turmusa, there's a certain bean, a Turmus bean. We had it. Who brought? Oh, where is he? He's not here now. Mr. Feder brought Turmusim. We had also about Turmusim. The shalkele sheva zimni, you have to cook it up 7 times. Big deira. And then you eat it after 7 times being cooked. Cooking doesn't remove the properties. You make uncooked turmus adama. So we have 3 reasons why cooked vegetables according to Rabbi Yochanan should be adama. And perhaps a 4th reason. I saw him eat an olive that was soaked in salt for a few days. In Gemara always, salt is the same thing as cooking. It has the same kind of effect on food. And now we have a cooked olive. And we made Brocha before and afterwards. And if you're going to tell me that it remains, cooked vegetables remain vegetables, on an olive you make eight. But if you hold that cooked vegetables are not vegetables. Okay, so at least you can't be nehenna from this world without a bracha. You make a shackle. So I saw a nice pshat that there's a machlokes later on. If boyer nefashis is only on not natural, like eggs and meat, things that don't grow out of the ground. But over here, you can't make a bracha on turmusin. You can't make. What are you going to do on this? On this olive that's in salt. You can't make a boyer nefashis on fruit. Says the Gemara, it doesn't really fit so well into the word. Dilma boyer nefashis rabbis v'chesroin al kol bara. Perhaps he did make a boyer nefashis. I just want to re-emphasize the Taisus again. Because I noticed today, the grandson, he drinks milk. That's all he drinks. You feed him a bottle. And he's going to drink milk day after day, 20 times a day for the next year. Because Brocha could have done that for us also. Give us bread, and we eat bread, all day long. He gave us all these extra beautiful things, these dates, these fruit, all this stuff. That's the bracha that we make. Should we stop here? We'll keep on going for a minute. There's a lot of people that come in for davening, but say they're 1 minute. We're talking about marar. How can you be yotzim marar? Right? We use the stalk of the marar. That's fine. Not pickled, and not cooked. Not pickled and not whatever it is, and cooked. Why not? Why can't you have marar that's cooked? Shani Hasan to be in tam marar veleka, it removes the flavor. It's considered a vegetable perhaps, and you can make a hadam on it. It's just not marar. Have a wonderful day. Oh, they donated stuff.
Not really. Percentage.
Shkoyach to Berachos. If you're watching all the way to the end, they give us a great deal on coffee. They give us a great deal on the Tu B'Shvat products. And again, Lilu Nishmas, officials, father, Chaim Shmuel, Ben Yitzchak Mordechai. I got it.